Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Chatting with the Experts show where I speak with amazing women. Did I say amazing? They're fabulous, fabulous women from Africa, from the Caribbean, and in the diaspora. These women share with me my mission, which is to educate, to encourage, and to empower women all over the world. And today's topic is one I know that a lot of us women, I don't want to say you women, a lot of us will certainly enjoy. It's all about makeup for matured skin. My guest who will join me very soon says, forget about outdated anti-aging rules. And she said, be ready to learn fresh, empowering approaches to makeup where we can celebrate and enhance your natural beauty. She's going to teach us specialized techniques on how to hydrate, how to lift, and how to illuminate our skin. She's a makeup artist. She's been a licensed esthetician for over 6 years, and she's certified in chemical peels, oncology skincare, yes, oncology skincare, and acne care. So to join me to do that is none other than Jennifer Hester. Welcome to the show, Jennifer.
Hi, Paula. Thank you so much. It's great to be here. I really appreciate you having me.
We need you because you're talking about a topic that so many of us are thinking about. Makeup for the matured skin.
Right, right. We definitely need that. Uh, Sorry, I'm doing something with my computer, but we definitely need that because we are all maturing. I hate to say aging. Age is just a number, but maturity with the skin happens with that age. So yeah, this is very important. We don't want to walk around looking like dry mummies. We want to still be the glowing divas that we are at every age.
The glowing divas.
Yes.
So off camera, we talked about skin prep, and you said skin prep. I can't even say the word because I'm so excited. Skin prep is the key before even makeup. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. So as an esthetician, excuse me, I can't even say the word. As an esthetician, foundation, when I refer to foundation, I'm speaking of what your skin is doing before you even put the makeup on. So that whole prep comes with that, right? So taking care of your skin. You always, always, always want to keep your skin hydrated and healthy. So if you're seeing an esthetician, that's A plus on the list. That's first. Second is you, like I said, you always just want to make sure you're working with clean, hydrated skin.
So how you talk about clean, hydrated skin, as in drinking lots of water. I'm hearing a lot more these days about the importance of water.
Yeah, so the importance of water, but not only water. So, as a holistic nutritionist, also, I think that it's more important or just as important to eat your water as well.
Hmm.
So, eating vegetables that are green leafy, also eating cucumbers and just your water-based veggies. So, your squashes, your melons, that comes in the fruit family. So you definitely want to add lots of fruit as well. You cannot go wrong with those types of hydration methods in terms of eating. The watermelon, the cantaloupes, all of the melons, the berries. But be careful with the berries because some of them are on the dirty dozen list. So you just want to make sure that you cleanse your berries properly before you're going to eat and always make sure you buy them organic. But that's an excellent way to hydrate the skin as well. And if you eat fish, getting your omega fatty acids, you can also get that from your walnuts, your avocado, and things like that. So that's just as important as drinking water because that hydrates you from the inside out.
Jen, you're second time guest on the show. I'm not going to hide that. And you never cease to amaze me how knowledgeable you are. And I guess that's because we're approaching, I mean, you're talking from a different angle this time. Last time you spoke as an esthetician, but what I forgot to include in your bio is that you are a holistic nutritionist.
Yes.
So now, when we spoke just now about skin prep being the key, and you talked about hydration, and I said just water. You said, no, you can eat your water, eat your
Yeah.
hydration. I was like, eat your
Hmm.
hydration. And now you bring that out. But you
Yeah.
pointed out something about getting hydration, or is it omega health from walnuts, from fish? And you said all of that we need to put into consideration
Yes.
as part of our skin prep or skincare.
Absolutely. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, absolutely. It's very important because it's not only going to hydrate your skin, but it's also going to provide vitamins and minerals that your body needs to function. Especially as we age, we begin to lose collagen and other important things that keep our skin glowing and plump, and those things can help add that back in. As we age, we lose about 20% of collagen every year, maybe a little less, but somewhere along those lines every year as we age. And so it's very important that we're eating the right things to make sure we're taking care of not only our outside, but also our inside.
They go hand in hand. Many times we think just of the outside, what people see, but it's
Mhm.
important to
Yeah.
take care of the inside too.
Absolutely, absolutely. It will help to keep hypertension away. It will help to lower your chances of developing diabetes or prediabetes. Now we see a lot of things about dementia. Eating the proper foods can help prevent dementia, early set on Alzheimer's, and just different illnesses like that. So it's very, very important to not only hydrate with water, but to also eat so that you are hydrating and preventing illnesses as well.
Okay, all right. So that's part of, as you say, the skin prep, healthy skin prep. So let's
Yes.
go on to now talking about the best type of makeup for the seasoned skin. Oh, I prefer matured skin at the moment because
Yes,
season
mature,
sounds like,
absolutely.
yeah, season sounds how much we are talking about food. So
I
season
know.
sounds like food.
Even though some of us are spicy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So with foundations, like in our youthful days, even though we're still in our youthful days, we're just
Mhm.
mature. In those days, the types of foundations that we were drawn to were more like the heavy foundations that would give us full coverage or even medium coverage. Well, now I think it's not, I think it is better definitely to skip the matte foundations and the heavy foundations and go with more sheer foundations. So like the skin tints, the BB creams that have tint in it. That way you can build on the amount of coverage that you want and prevent your skin from looking cakey. Um, yeah, from just plain looking cakey, because when you have a matte foundation on already dry skin, definitely that is the combination or perfect ingredient for cake. And so we definitely want to avoid that cakey look by selecting more of the tinted foundations or facial serums. And BB creams. Yeah, even CC creams have the tint in it as well.
What do you mean by BB and CC creams?
Yeah, so BB creams and CC creams are basically like a all-in-one type of cream, right? So they'll contain like vitamin C, whatever other kind of, it depends on who's making it, but it'll contain like certain vitamins, maybe certain acids in it as well, that will work to not only hydrate the skin or moisturize the skin, but also prevent like further, oh gosh, wait, let me start that over.
Yes.
So not only to hydrate and moisturize the skin, but also to repair the skin as
Oh,
well. And those will also contain, like I said, tint in it. Some of them may not contain tints for like really dark skin. Most of them do contain tints for medium to light or maybe dark to light, but you just have to check which brand you're using to see that they have, an available amount of colors.
Okay. Okay. All right. So sorry, I interrupted you
Oh, it's
when
okay.
you talk about foundations. All right. What about shadows and,
Yeah. So shadows, that it depends, right? So if you have a lot of creasing in the eyes, if you have hooded eyes where this part of the eye kind of comes down, like I can't really do it because obviously I don't have hooded, but it's where this part is closer to your lid. So you
okay, let me,
don't, so for hooded lids, that's where this part up here, right under your brow bone,
mhm.
kind of hangs low, uh,
Okay.
right over your actual
Eyelids.
lid,
Mhm.
so that it forms like a little shelf of skin, if you will. You don't really have this in between.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm explaining that well enough,
You are.
but if you have those types of eyes, it's better to avoid the frosty looking shadows and go with more soft mattes, closer to your skin tone, because we don't want to enhance, especially if you have crepey eyes, we don't want to enhance the crepiness, right? We kind of want to just make it look pretty, just kind of balance it out. So definitely avoid the shimmery and frosty types of eyeshadows.
Okay, that's good. That's a good tip. Okay.
Yeah.
What about, okay, I know like I knew people that had, I don't know how to describe their eyes. It's like they have a bone, like their eyelids are accentuated. So it's not like they have what you just described, but more like their eyelids, they have very pronounced, what do you call these?
Um, mm,
The
like
the
the brow
bone over
bone.
the
Yeah.
eyelids. Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. Hmm.
I guess so the eyelids really popped. So
Yes. So meaning maybe that their eyes are more sunken.
yes, that's it.
Okay. So when the eyes are more sunken, you definitely want to, it's really about the shading and highlighting effect, right? So when I say highlighting, I'm not always referring to shimmer or frost,
Mhm.
but you want to limit the amount of light shadow in this area. No, actually, it's the other way around. So you kind of want to make it a little lighter in here and then make it a little darker up here. That's kind of a demonstration type of
Okay. Okay.
um, I think that would require a demonstration to really understand because it just has to do with shading the right area with the darker so that they don't look so sunken. You do not ever want to follow the brow bone with a dark color because that will make your eyes more sunken. That's one thing I can say is that you definitely want to avoid using a dark shadow right in that crease where the brow bone is, because that'll just, yeah, you'll be definitely looking like sunken eyes.
All right. That's good to know.
Mhm.
Another thing is setting sprays because these days a lot of people, after they put on their makeup, they do these setting sprays. How, when
Yeah.
we start aging, how does that play a part?
Right. So, I know a lot of us feel like if their skin is glistening, that it looks oily or, I don't want my face looking shiny. But I will say, as we mature, we lose, we have more dull looking skin um, because of the dryness and the loss of collagen and things like that. So it's kind of helpful if you use a dewy setting spray. Let that dry, and then maybe go over it with like there's this one that everyone uses. Oh, what is it called? I forget the name of it. But I always go in with a dewy one because that looks youthful. That looks glowy. We don't, as we mature, we just want to keep our glow, like I said. And so that's my opinion, is to use if you like a matte, then perhaps just don't go too heavy with the matte. Yeah, just don't go too heavy with the matte setting spray, because that'll make you look powdery. And that's another thing. You want to avoid using too much powder. We do not want to bake at a certain point in our lives with the mature skin. We do not want to bake, especially if you have crepey skin under the eyes. You see these videos, all the girls are baking under here with the lighter, um, oh my gosh, concealer. I'm so
I,
sorry.
that's fine. I'm
Mhm.
not too much into makeup, so I can't even help you. I'm sorry. So,
Oh, okay, okay, that's fine, that's fine. Well, a lot of us think that we have to brighten our eyes underneath, and that'll kind of hide this and that, but actually, too much brightening under the eyes will enhance it. It will bring it out, especially if you have crepey, if you have bags under there. You always want to use, and this is the only time where I would suggest using fingers to apply makeup. Make sure your fingers are clean, 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 clean. But and your skin is always clean and moisturized. You do want to use a primer prior to applying any kind of tint to your skin. You can use a dewy primer, you can use a matte primer if you choose. Some of us do have oily skin in the mature phase due to hormonal changes and stuff like that. So if you choose to use a mattifying primer, that's fine as well. But if you're using a mattifying primer, I would suggest using a dewy setting spray. But either way, when you put on concealer under your eyes, you're always going to go with your ring fingers. You're going to put the concealer on your hand first, dab it lightly from your hand, and then dab it not where your crepes are. So you're not going to go where the crepes are, but you're going to kind of go underneath that, and you're going to gently tap it in only in this little area here,
mm,
because we don't need to do the whole entire eye. Otherwise, you're going to have just this bright, you know, stain, not stain, but a bright thing under your eye.
so visible, right?
Exactly, exactly. We want to blend it as much as possible with our finger, just tapping it in nice and lightly until you cannot see it. Now, if you have darkness under there, that's a whole different story. We don't want to just go in with straight concealer, because that's going to make it look ashy, if you will. So you've got to go in with maybe an orange color or a peach color, depending on your brown tone. I would go in with a light orange if I had darkness under my eyes, and I would go right where the dark area is. Again, with my finger, I put the color on my hand first, and then I will dab it off with my finger, not to have too much. And then I will dab it where the darkness is only until it's almost invisible. Then I go in with the concealer, same exact way. And then after that, to set that, I will use what is that powder called? Oh my gosh. It's not a baking powder.
Translucent. Like,
Translucent. Thank you.
oh, I
I'm
actually
so,
knew something.
yes. Yeah, yeah, you did. And sorry about this. Like, I don't know what's happening with me, but I'm in menopause, and ever since things that I say every day don't come out as easily. So forgive the pauses and forgetfulness here.
Got it.
Yeah, you'll take the translucent powder again on your hand with a brush. You want to, you know, dab it off, or you can use like a triangular sponge. But either way, you're going to dab it off onto your hand, and then you're going to, press it into the area, very lightly. But yeah, that's what you would do. Did I get off topic here?
No, you didn't, because you just,
Okay, because that
well,
can happen.
you just gave us a lot of the information,
Right,
in,
detail,
in
yeah.
details, yeah,
Yeah.
which we needed. But at least I
Yeah.
needed. You could tell that I'm not much of a makeup person. I'm more a lipstick. I like lipstick. Can you tell?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I have a lot of, I noticed, bags under my eyes.
Hmm.
I've just come to the conclusion, well, babies have bags under their eyes too. So I'm a baby.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, bags are one of the hardest things to treat under the eye. You can do like cold compresses. You can use eye creams that are meant for depuffing under the eye. Keep that little eye cream in your refrigerator so you're always using it when it's cold. You can take those ice globes that you
Mhm.
see all the time. You can take those and, go under your eye before you're going to put on your makeup or before you put on your moisturizer, or actually when you put on your moisturizer for the day. Yeah,
And
that
does
would
it
be the
last? Would it last for the whole day? Would it keep the bags or the puffiness away for the day? Or is that just a temporary
probably
fix
not.
for an hour?
Yeah, it's a temporary fix. Like I said, the bags under the eye is definitely a hard thing to treat with creams and such because those bags happen from pressure. They also happen from lack of sleep. They can happen from weight loss,
Mhm.
and that's like a fatty deposit.
Mhm.
Once you get those fatty deposits, sometimes it's hereditary. I have a girlfriend, she's had bags under her eyes since she was like 10 years old. It's maybe a little older than that. I'm exaggerating. But that's it's hereditary. Her mom has it, her aunt has it, her cousin has it. It's just one of those things, you know. You can
Mhm.
see a dermatologist and talk about it to see what options you have, but they do have creams some people can use in the modeling industry. They used to use Desitin, the little diaper rash ointment.
I
They
heard
would use
that.
that. Yeah, they would use that under the eyes. But again, that is a temporary fix.
So it goes away. And then I think putting things near the eye, anything could happen. A
I
diaper
know
rash
that,
thing.
the eye, especially right under it, that is the most sensitive area on the face. The skin is thinner in that area, and we have to be so gentle. That's why we use our ring fingers because this has the most gentle pressure. This has, I believe it's the first finger that has the heaviest touch. And then this one, like I said, is the lightest touch, even lighter than the pinky.
I can believe that. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Oh, looking at time, I knew this was going to happen. But yeah, there's something else that you mentioned that less is more. What do you mean as we age? We need to put on less makeup?
Yes. Less is more. We do not need to cake it on, especially because we're developing wrinkles, and when we cake it on, it gets stuck in there and
Mm.
it just looks very cakey.
Mm.
So the less you have on, the better. We just don't want to go heavy. We want to look as light and fresh as possible. Yeah, that's what I could say about that.
Okay. And last but not least, you mentioned to me that you're going to tell us how to lift. And I keep doing the,
Yes.
my
Yes.
mom used to say, do this so you don't get that double
Exactly.
chin.
Yes. So with makeup, I'll say with makeup, because some lifting is um, not necessarily like some, makeup techniques can't, if you have a double chin, obviously putting makeup on is not going to make that double chin disappear.
Mhm.
But what we can do is hide it, shade it, Whenever we're putting on eyes, we want to make sure we're doing it in a lifting fashion, especially so in this area here, we always want to use either a bronzer, usually it's a bronzer, and we want to apply it in a lifting fashion. When we put concealer on, we put it right here, also in a lifting fashion, because as we mature, this gravity pulls everything down.
Oh, oh.
So, how we can do it with makeup is to just gently brush it on to lift it in that area with your concealer. Oh, lift it right there. Even with your blush, you're lifting right here. You're not going all the way over like in the 80s they had you smile and you put it on from here all the way over. Now we're starting like mid mid cheek, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna apply it in a lifting fashion. Use a little bronzer right here, and you're also lifting. Um, you can even use some highlight and in this area, and you're gonna lift it as well for making this area appear lifted. What you would do is put a little, what is the, oh gosh, I can't think of the word. Um,
Concealer?
Oh, some shading, some
Okay.
shading. That's not the right word for it. But
Okay.
that's basically what it is. You're going to put it right under your chin and you're going to go right along the chin area, maybe even up to the ear. And when you brush it out, you're actually going to brush it in a down fashion. And it's going to be a dark color. It's going to be a dark color so that it actually forms or gives the appearance of a nice chiseled look. You also do it under your chin area here, and of course on this side as well. Now, if you have a double chin, there are a couple of things you can do with that. Suck in your neck like this. I know it looks so crazy. Um, but then you would put the shading. It's Oh gosh, I wish I could think of this technical name for this. Let's see.
And when you talk about, while you're looking for that, when you talk about sucking your neck, that's temporary in order to put that shade in, right?
Yes,
Because you can't
exactly.
walk around like this.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So you just suck in your neck like that, and you see how I have I don't know if you can see
Yes,
the
we
extra
can.
meat there. Yeah. So you're just gonna shade in that area with the darker color as well.
Mhm.
And then when you take your neck out, you just brush it down a bit, and then you look like you have a whole chin area, you
So it's
know?
an optical illusion, in other words.
Optical illusion. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, and I forgot to say, when you conceal, like if you have dark marks in other places, you're gonna use your finger and just spot conceal in those areas, and you want to blend it in with your finger. Yeah.
spot conceal. Okay. Well, we've learned a lot. We have learned a lot. Can you believe 30 minutes are up already?
Wow.
Can't believe it.
And I could go on.
I know you said this is one of your favorites.
Yeah.
You got so many things that you could talk to us about.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for
I teach a class over here, as a matter of fact, for this. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
okay, okay. So those who don't attend your class but would love to know more about you, how can they find out?
Absolutely. They can go to my website at www.glowtheorynj. That's glowtheorynj.com. I'm on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, also under Glow Theory NJ. I'm also on LinkedIn. Gosh, if I could remember my
Don't
LinkedIn.
worry, I'll drop it in the chat
Yes.
and put it in our
Thank
show
you. Thank
notes.
you.
Yes. Yes. All right. Thank you so much, Jennifer. And there we go, folks. Another amazing guest on Chatting with the Experts, sharing with us their expertise. And I hesitated there because Jen is a woman of many talents. So that's why I hesitate to say there because for her, it's one of her many talents. And if you'd like to be a guest on my show, Chatting with the Experts, just like Jen has been, this is the second time, please reach out to me on my website, which is chattingwiththeexperts.com. And I'm also on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. My business page on LinkedIn is Chatting with the Experts. On Facebook, it's also Chatting with the Experts. And on Instagram, my handle there is @chat_experts_podcast. We also have a YouTube channel that we would love for you to subscribe to. And there you would see all the past episodes of the amazing women that have been sharing their expertise, whether it's on skincare or on oncology. The topics are just amazing. This time around, Jen shared with us how to do makeup for matured skin. So thank you so much, Jen. And now we will open up the floor to those who joined us so they can ask you more questions. Thank you, thank you, thank you again.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.